What's going on, guys? This is DB-YGO here doing another locals deck profile. Today we have John
Hakari,
who got first place, undefeated at our locals tonight with
Prank Kids.
Sweet. Prank Kids. Love the Prank Kids. I'm just glad I didn't lose in time to him. I lost because I'm an idiot. No, John here went undefeated with Prank Kids, and he's going to go over his deck profile for you.
Sure. So my opponents were, I played 4 rounds. I went 4-0. First round was Pendulum Magicians. That was, I should have 2-0'd him. It was 3 games because I misplayed game 2. But that was pretty easy. Ripper on Roaster, pop scales twice. They can't play through that.
Oh, rough. Was that Ryan Billock?
Yeah, the Omaha
guy I did. I did his deck profile last week.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep. And then round 2 was Virtual World. The thing about Virtual World, I actually kind of got lucky. I 2-0'd him, but both games were lucky because he revealed and I ashed the revealed one, and then he didn't have another name to try to get the Virtual Worlds going. Oh. So my ash shut him down, so I was a 2-0. Round 3 was Harpies. Harpy player.
Shoutouts to me.
Claims he misplayed.
I did. I'm an idiot. We'll talk about that some other time.
So that was a 2-0. The double Butler hurts that on decks that try to put monsters on board. And then round 4 was Mutant. He just rolled me game 1. I couldn't play out of it. He put up like a bunch of banish. He just kept banishing stuff from my board, made his monsters unaffected by stuff. But then game 2 I beat him pretty handily, and then he wanted to get to game 3 quickly, but he ended up taking forever on his turn, and then my turn was 4 minutes left. I went off and I won in time.
Oh.
So
yep, that's it.
All right.
Lamsies or Dropsies?
Both. And Rocket Ride.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and get the deck profile, so go ahead.
Okay. So I was playing pretty standard, the 3 Fansies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies. I was also playing the triple Roxies. A lot of people play 2. The profile that I kind of looked at played 2, and he mentioned that he wouldn't mind playing 3, but it didn't matter. When I played this deck back like 2 years ago when it first came out, when we were playing a lot of polymerizations and invocations, I found myself always running out of names. So I wanted to play the 3rd one, but I do kind of agree you could probably get away with 2 if you wanted space.
Cool.
So I played 3, you could play 2. I played the triple Parallel Exceed. This only really came up that I know of against the Virtual World player because I could see him kind of like, when people like get the Ash ready in hand, he was kind of getting the Ash ready, and I would drop Parallel Exceed after the Meow Moo summon to chain block the, whatever you linked away. And so I think it really only came up against the Virtual World player because he's the only person that I was kind of giving a tell that he had an Ash.
Yeah.
But it was nice. The Dweller came up against a lot of different, so you'll see there's a Dweller came up against a lot of decks.
Yeah, me.
I really do like the Parallel Exceed.
It's a good card.
Yep. That's it to the stuff you summon. I played triple Droll. It came up against the Spellbook player. It came up against Virtual World player. Triple Ash. This won me the Virtual World matchup essentially.
Best card in the game right now.
Yep. Triple Bell Ghost Bell.
Oh, nice.
I only used her once all day. I mean, I drew her a lot, and I only actually used her once. And it was, I can't remember what it was on, but I don't know about this card. I mean, I don't know if there's better hand traps. I don't know if I would play Impermanence or what. Maybe in a different meta or with a different locals or whatever, it might be better, but this only came up once today. I'm not saying it's bad. I only activated it once. That's it for hand traps. Onto the Prank Kid spells. I had triple place, obviously. I played 2 pranks. I've seen builds with 1. It's searchable, obviously. I never used the token effect. You don't need it anymore with Meow Meow Moo around. But it's searchable, recycles, and the draw is nice. I did rip a Droll off of the Prank Kids Pranks draw once.
Oh my god.
Which is pretty nice.
That's pretty clutch.
And then I have the 2 Pandemonium. The profile, I'm kind of getting back into the game. I haven't played since February of 2020, really. Seriously, at least. And the build that I based this off played 2 Pandemonium, and then I heard him say at the end of his deck profile that he only played 2 Pandemonium because he only had 2 Pandemonium. And so I actually would have preferred to play 3. This card, I think, would be better at 3. I found myself having to spend resources to recur it out of the grave instead of just searching a 3rd one.
Oh, okay.
I played the 1 the 1 Plan. I like this card.
I haven't even seen this card. I don't play this deck enough. Sorry, go ahead and you can keep talking.
No worries. It never came up, but it never came up in terms of me actually activating it, but it did come up because someone was threatening my Dweller, or not my Dweller, someone was threatening my Doodle Doodle Doo with a 2K. They were going to crash, and they asked to read that card. They read it and just didn't go to battle phase. And so it came up insofar as like prophylactic, like they just didn't attack because of that card. So,
okay, cool.
Yep. I played. That's it for the Prank Kids cards. I played 2 Cosmic Cyclone in the main. I did this because there's a virtual world player at our locals that I play every week. There's a Pendulum Magician player, and it kind of a back row heavy locals, and so I main the Cyclones.
We have a few Eldritch players too.
Yep.
Like this card's really good at our locals, especially.
Yep, exactly. I'll go through some one-ups here. I play one of Instant Fusion. It doesn't need explanation. It gets Rocket Ride, it gets Weather Washer.
Yep.
Terraforming, it gets Place.
Mm-hmm.
I played the Thunder Dragon Fusion. I like this, and this makes opening Rip Roaring Roaster and Meow Meow Moo, or sorry, make Rip Roaring Roaster and Battle Butler with a Meow Meow Moo engrave.
Are they all thunders?
Busted. No. So here,
or not the materials with the fusions. They're thunders.
Just Battle Butler.
Oh, okay.
So you can get the fansies off the banish effect, and you can just hard summon Battle Butler with it.
Okay.
So yeah,
nice.
So this I actually ended on a Rip Roaring Roaster. Pretty much anytime you open Thunder Dragon Fusion, you can end on Rip Roaring Roaster and Battle Butler. With the Meow Meow Moo engrave means you have either 2 Harpy's Feather Dusters during their turn and a Regeki, or 2 Regekis during their turn and a Harpy's Feather Duster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which I don't know who can play through that. So that's why I really like Thunder Dragon Fusion. A lot of builds don't play it, but I love it. Called by, obvious.
Yep.
Harpy's Feather Duster. This won me the Mutant matchup. Okay. Ironically, I lost game 1 against it, but I kept it in. But yeah, I'm just maining that. And then the Pank. This was useless today. I don't know. I drew it a lot. I often had a board established before, and so I couldn't even summon him.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's better if I would lose some more die rolls or something. But it was useless today.
Maybe side if you know you're going second.
Yeah, that's the
main deck.
That's the main deck.
Cool. How many
40 cards in the main.
40 cards. Cool.
So the extra deck.
This
card is ridiculous. But the 3 Meow Meow Moo, the deck profile that I kind of based this off of said you have to play 3 because it does come up. And I get it, because late game, if you're top decking and you top deck a Prank Kid, you want to get your combos going. Mm-hmm. But I never needed 3.
Okay.
Maybe other people do. I never needed 3 today. I don't know if I would cut one, but anecdotally, I never needed 3.
Gotcha.
Doodle Doodle Doo. Some people play 2. I definitely am going to consider playing 2. I want to play one more rank 4 for the Parallel Exceed. You'll see later. Mm-hmm. And my number 1 target to cut out of this is I never went into 2 Dodals, much less 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, I'm just getting back into the game, so I was just kind of making
it's a good starting point,
a base build.
Gotta start somewhere.
2 Bow Wow. This won me 3 games, 2 matches total.
Oh, wow.
Because people don't remember that the stuff it points to gets 1,000 attack.
Yeah, that happened to me. Killed me with this too.
Yeah, so you point to Battle Butler, it goes to 4K. If you've resolved place earlier, that can even make a bigger deficit because you're dropping their attack points, you're upping your attack points, and then the Bow Wow Bark boosts. So you can just do a ton of damage. You can put game on board with effectively nothing. I never use more than 1, so maybe I would cut 1. I've only ever used 1, but the 1 did win me 3 games total, 2 matches. So. The One Ripper and Roaster. Some builds don't even play this anymore. I was looking online. But at our locals, like I mentioned the Cosmic Cyclones earlier, backer removal at our locals is too good. Being able to double Harpy's Feather Dust on their turn is busted. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I love Ripper and Roaster. I don't know if I would play more than 1. The 1 was plenty.
No, one's more than enough, I'm sure. It's a link 4.
So then I have the double battle Butler. Mm-hmm. Some builds only play 1 of him. Because I'm playing Thunder Dragon Fusion, I played the 2, and 2 Battle Butlers came up in, I would say, 3 out of the 4 matches. So I'm really glad I played 2 Battle Butler. I play 1 of each of the fusions. Rocket Ride is busted. I mean, and I even see some builds aren't playing either of these, but Rocket Ride's busted. Being able to get those 2 back, and because you can get it says get a non-fusion, you can go get the Link 2 with back, which then gets you closer Ripper and Roaster, so you can end on the double Harpy's Feather Dust or double Regeki.
Gotcha.
So this card's busted. I never ran into this a single time today. And I don't know if I'm just a bad player and I don't know when to go into it, because it does give you some protection, but I never went into this today. I don't know if I would cut it, because it's kind of part of the package. But and then Dweller, this is just for that Parallel Exceed. If I change anything, I'm going to add another rank 4, cut a chicken, cut a little do and add a rank 4. I don't know which rank 4 yet. And then Boral Sword. I just don't have access code. So this should be access code. I don't have it, so I play Boral Sword. I never made it today.
No. Cool. All right. And then you got a side deck?
I do. My side deck's really bad.
That's okay.
So I'm going to save these for last because they're shame.
Oh.
So I put triple super poly in,
Okay.
and this seems stupid because if you look at my extra deck, I only have Prank Kids Fusion. So why would I do that? Well, today alone there was 4 Prank Kids players at our locals.
Oh, okay.
And that's including me, so 3 others. I see Prank Kids all the time at our locals, so I figured
that's reasonable.
Yeah,
then.
so I'm gonna play the triple super poly because I'm gonna.
And you got the? Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So yep. So you super poly theirs because there's a ton of Prank Kids at our locals.
Yeah.
TT. This card's really cheeky. If you know you're going first, you set it. You can tribute your stuff away.
Yeah.
Chain this, it nukes, your stuff comes back, and then you get all your effects. So
Busted.
This card's cheeky. I sided it in, only resolved it once, but it's all I needed really.
Yeah.
This card's insanely good.
Dark Ruler no more.
Yeah, I don't need to say more. I mean,
No.
the card's busted. Every time I opened it, I won. So when I was siding.
It's Dark Ruler.
And with what Prank Kids can do, if you shut off their negations and then you just go off.
Yeah.
So Twin Twisters, like I said, we have a super back row heavy meta at our locals.
So yeah, throw in more back row.
Yep. And then this is funny, but I need a 15th card. I was sitting on my table, and I actually resolved it against Pendulum Player. I could have resolved it against Virtual World, but I didn't even need it.
Okay.
But it's whatever.
It's an interesting card though.
Yeah, it's just 15. It's just a card that's nice. It doesn't cost you any advantage to pop their stuff.
Yes.
So that's just really nice.
All right, now the shame.
So in a deck that needs its normal summon, so you need a normal summon a Prank Kid in order to link it away from Yum Yum and get your combos going. So I've been seeing Drytron players at our local. So I'm like, oh my god, this is busted. But then I put it in a deck that needs its normal summon. I'm a really bad player.
You know what this should be, right?
Nibiru?
Cycle Reader. If you want Drytron hate, Cycle Reader or the poor man's Cycle Reader, DD Crow.
Yes.
So
yeah, this should have absolutely been a Crow. I thought I was so cool. I'm like, oh my god, this card's busted. It'll shut down Drytron. At the very least, they're gonna have to blow a negate on, or like an imperm or something on it to deal with it. And then I realized that it requires my normal summon.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yep, terrible. But yeah.
You know what? I was gonna say I could play an Eldritch. I don't need my normal summon, but then I can't summon Eldritch either.
Oh really? You have to have no zombies?
No, it's a light. No light.
Oh, he's a light.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, is there anything else you want to say? Any shout outs you're gonna give?
Yeah, well, shout out to Gabe Isaacs. He's the one that this deck is based on. Cool. He did the profile, and I kind of add my own tweaks. He doesn't play the fusion, Thunder Dragon fusion, but so shout out to Gabe Isaacs. I appreciate it. This was a fun deck to get back in the game with. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks for doing the deck profile, John. I appreciate it, and good job today going undefeated.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys watching the video. Subscribe, like the video, please get the bell on, all that good stuff, and we will see you.